Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III here with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. I hope you had a great holiday yesterday. It was Thanksgiving in the U.S., and we ate a lot of food. I gotta tell you, I definitely had to work off a few more calories this morning in the gym. But today I want to talk to you about something that you may not really have seen for yourself yet, and that's the secret that the experts and the gurus and the thought leaders out there just don't want you to know. You see, I've been working in the financial education and personal development space for over 25 years, and I've seen a lot of experts, celebrities, authors, best-selling authors, individuals out there that are promoting ideas and ways to develop yourself personally and financially. And I have to tell you, I've got kind of an interesting insider's look from sort of behind the curtains. And let me start with this by saying, you know, as I was growing up, young entrepreneur, just wanting to constantly, chase the dream, make money, live the life, do today what most won't do so tomorrow you can live like most people can't. I really had an image of what I thought success and individuals that I was trying to aspire to be were. And the truth is that most of the gurus, most of the individuals that are teaching and training and trying to set expectations for you out there, look, they're just like you and I. They're just dealing with the same problems that all of us have done. They have just made a few changes and tweaks in their life. The truth is, some of the biggest and best names out there that you'll listen to on podcasts or you'll see on TV, they struggle with depression, they struggle with anxiety and stress. They've had relationship issues, they've had businesses that have failed. Sometimes we just look at this ideal, picturesque vision of what we think we're trying to become or what they are. And sometimes they do try to push you into some things that are not realistic. But let's face it, you have got to understand that individuals that are in this space are just like you and me. The problem is we spend our whole lives trying to attain a level, a certain position that we're aspiring to be that isn't always real, and it's certainly not healthy, and it's definitely not you. You're trying to be someone who you're not. You're trying to be someone who is a ideal scenario of an individual that's been put on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is. And you have to learn a few things sooner or later. You have to learn that you are perfect right now. You're perfect right now the way you are. You are very unique. But yes, you can become a better version of yourself. And notice I said yourself, not someone else. You can become a better version of yourself. The key is to set the bar high and to strive to achieve that, but to recognize and appreciate the present version of yourself. See, there's a lot of these thought leaders out there that are trying to get you to do things that they themselves don't even do. And there are some out there now that are starting to become more and more authentic. But I love this concept, for example, that Ed Mylett gives out of blissful dissatisfaction. So you have to learn to be satisfied, blissful or happy with where you're at right now. But you don't have to be satisfied with where you're at right now. You can be blissfully dissatisfied. You could be happy in the moment, fulfilled with what your life is and the version of yourself, but pushing for the next level at any given time. Now, sure, it's a juggling act. Of course, there's waves that you're going to ride of emotions, and there's cycles that you're going to go through in life when there's tough times, and then there's good times. But you just need to decide that looking back on your life, you're going to recognize the lessons that you've learned. You're going to recognize that you are not the same person that was there in the past and that you've grown. And you're going to recognize and learn, but not judge yourself for your past. So don't be afraid to be real and be authentic. What I wanted to kind of say in this episode is that I've seen some individuals pivot a bit over the last year that are truly thought leaders. These are individuals that understand that being real and being authentic is much more aspiring and inspiring for individuals that are out there. Because we spend a lot of our lives chasing some, posture or pedestal of what we think people are out there based on a very limited view of their life. Don't fall victim to the need to create external validation And we do this sometimes for ourselves, but we do this to impress others. Don't fall victim of needing that lifestyle and things. Now, listen, I'm the first to tell you that I'm all about lifestyle. I do love lifestyle. But don't do it for the wrong reasons. Don't do it because you want to be able to impress others or impress yourself internally for some type of validation that you're a good person or that you've been successful. You can be successful in everything you do. Ultimately, when you chase those things for the wrong reasons, it won't last. It won't create the best version of you. It certainly won't create your best or greatest life, and it certainly won't give you fulfillment. The true leaders, and that's what I really wanted to highlight here today, the true inspirational, motivational leaders that are out there are real and they're authentic. They choose to be, this example based on who they are and not where they've been. They choose to be the example and real and authentic because of who they aspire to be, not who they currently are. You need to act as if sometimes. You need to act as if you are the best version of yourself. Be okay with who you are. Be okay with what you're doing, but aspire to be more. Remember, just some really important facts here. You are not your story. Your past does not define you. So many of us get caught up in thinking we are our mistakes. We are our story. Your story isn't you. It doesn't define you, but it certainly can be your message to take you to the next level. And keep in mind that your past is over. Stop dragging your past around with you and giving you all of this luggage and things that slow you down. Learn to just basically close that chapter, start a new chapter. And how do you do this? You just decide. You decide that that was a good lesson. See, if you don't view your past, whether it's failures or accomplishments, as lessons in life, then you're going to be doomed to continue to repeat those lessons over and over and over. And when you can finally make the decision that you close the chapter of your life, you actually sit back and say, that was a lesson learned, then you can stop learning that same lesson. And here's a couple of tips that I've used. Number one, keep in mind and remember that emotions start to fade when logic kicks in. See, when your logical mind and your CEO center in your brain starts to kick in, emotions start to go into a third party. They sort of fade. And one way to get really present is you've got to start a daily meditation or mindfulness practice. Mindfulness, which is different than meditation, is designed to help you focus on the present moment. Stay out of the past, which creates a lot of negative emotions, and stay out of the future, which creates your anxiety and stress. The goal is to remember that you've got to create a plan that's best for you, not a knockoff of something that someone else is trying to do or someone else is trying to get you to be like them. Love and appreciate your uniqueness. There's only one you. Be that person. Be the person that's going to be the hero of your own story, like I talked about earlier this week. Learn to get rid of this mask or several masks that we all tend to wear in order to impress other people and impress ourselves even sometimes. Learn to just love you and love the process, love the progress. Sometimes the process isn't as easy, but the progress is definitely something you can love to accept and recognize and see. Now, how do you get this going in your life? Listen, I know it's not easy, but let me give you some simple suggestions. And again, not easy suggestions, but simple suggestions. Number one, make a decision. Make a decision that you are going to start writing an amazing chapter of your life and you are going to be focused on the present and the future versions of yourself. And then make the commitment. Because see, making a decision to do things and staying committed are two completely different things. Now, once you do that, you're going to need to create a clear vision. You've got to have a why. You've got to have that fuel that's going to inspire and motivate you and back that with definite plans. You've got to have a definite plan. Now, you don't have to know exactly how things are going to go down, but you have to start. And you have to start with some strategy. You just can't get up in the morning and decide, you're going to go whatever direction the day takes you. Successful people have a plan. Even if that plan changes, don't feel like you have to have the ultimate plan. And then you have to back that plan with a burning desire. And how do you create a burning desire? You focus on your vision. You focus on where you want to be. You motivate and inspire yourself and get you around the right people. And I would also recommend get some accountability. Without accountability, even some of the things that I'm amazing at, I have a hard time with. getting up in the morning, going to the gym, staying focused on certain objectives in work or business. Get some accountability with somebody you know, a partner, a friend, a relationship, and then that'll help you to be more consistent, because being consistent and being persistent are the key. Consistency is those daily rituals that you're going to do. Persistent is knowing you're never going to give up. You're not going to stop. There's nothing, no matter how hard it is, that's going to keep you from attaining the life that you're meant to live. And then I want you to really just do everything you can to focus on the here and now. Focus on execution, because you can only execute in the moment itself. Now, I personally have some things that I do, and you may have some as well. Some tips I would give you is find a way to compete. It's always nice to have, a benchmark or a milestone or an individual that you compete against. And most importantly, what I've found in my life is you have to find a way to be about something more than yourself. Get outside yourself, because sometimes we won't be willing to do the work for ourselves, but we're willing to do it for someone else or something else, a cause or something that you can really align with. And sometimes, frankly, you just have to be able to trick your mind. And the way I trick my mind at times is music, podcasts, pictures, poems, stories, motivational quotes, whatever it is that gets your mind thinking a different direction. Sometimes you have to do that because your mind is hardwired to protect you from difficult things. And then the last thing I would suggest is just be prepared. If you're waking up every day just hoping you've got the energy or the motivation to do it, you are set up for failure. You've got to prepare yourself the night before, the week before, the month before. Plan your days out. Set your clothes out for the gym. Set out your objectives before the day so you don't have to wait till you feel good to determine what your objectives are. Bottom line is this: you can do this. You don't need an outside guru or individual or thought leader to tell you how you should be and what you should be. You have everything you need inside of you. Now, certainly you're going to get some motivation and some things from people around you, but you're not broken. You don't need to be fixed. You're just unsure. You're just uncommitted. You need to make the decision to become committed to create your best life. And just say yes and then figure it out. Make the decision and it'll happen along the way. Allow your reticular activating system in your brain to start to go to work. When you make a decision to do something, your brain will find ways to help you to make it happen. So let's do this. That's my message for today, but I want to spend the rest of 2020, the rest of this year, making it the best of your year. I want you to really dig in hard over the next little bit here in December. And I'm really, really excited to be able to announce some things coming here in December that are culminating together. I'm talking about the last 25 years of my life pulling together some things, not programs, not products, but a huge, huge merger of powerhouses, individuals, thought leaders, and things that are coming together. You're going to see a pretty cool announcement come out here in December for the Daily Mastermind and the personal development and financial education space. So I look forward to helping you with that. I hope you'll be committed to yourself as much as I'm committed to you. And I hope that you will share this message. And if there's anything I can do for you, hit me up on the Daily Mastermind at Facebook or Instagram, or just email me if you'd like at george@g3worldwide.com. And I look forward to talking with you a little bit more tomorrow. And then, let's take some time out over the weekend this weekend. And let's spend a little bit of time working on what your vision is going to look like for next year. Just block out some time, sit down, make some notes, start to make it happen. That's my message for today. I hope you have an amazing day. Once again, my name is George Wright III, and this has been the Daily Mastermind.